Fiction can scare us, but true stories, they leave scars. Tonight, I bring you 3 terrifying, true, scary stories. Stories told by those who survived them, and stories that may haunt you forever. Turn down the lights, lock your doors, and don't say I didn't warn you. Worked the overnight shift at a lonely gas station on Highway 47. His friends teased him, saying it was the easiest job in the world. A few customers, endless coffee, and quiet nights. But Daniel hated it. The silence wasn't peaceful, it was heavy, suffocating. Like the whole world outside the glass windows was watching him. On October 19th, the station was completely empty. Not a single car for hours. Daniel leaned back in his chair, scrolling on his phone, when the door chime rang. He froze. He hadn't seen headlights. He hadn't heard an engine. A tall man walked in. His coat was long, stained with something dark. His skin looked gray under the fluorescent light, and his eyes didn't blink. Daniel forced a smile. "Evening, sir. Coffee's fresh if you'd like some." The man just stared. For a long, unbearable moment, the only sound was the buzzing of the cooler. Then, in a voice raspy and broken, the man whispered, "You shouldn't be here tonight." Daniel's stomach dropped. "Sorry?" he stammered. The man tilted his head, the corners of his mouth twitching like he was about to smile or snarl. Then he walked to the door and disappeared into the night. No headlights, no footsteps, just gone. Daniel shook it off, convincing himself it was a crazy drifter. But at 3:02 a.m., red and blue lights filled the station lot. A police officer rushed in. "Son, you okay?" Daniel nodded. "There's been an accident down the highway. Fuel truck overturned. Whole stretch could have gone up in flames. You step outside at the wrong time tonight, you'd have been roasted alive." Daniel's blood ran cold. He remembered the man's words. "You shouldn't be here tonight." The officer left, but Daniel couldn't rest. Something nagged at him. He pulled up the security footage. He hit play. The door chimed. His own head lifted. His mouth moved as he greeted the stranger. But the tape showed nothing. No one had entered the station at all. Now, story number 2. Sonia had always hated driving home late at night. The road she took cut through Black Hollow Woods, a stretch of trees so dense even moonlight struggled to get through. On this night, around 1 a.m., her car radio went static. Then faint, but clear, came the sound of a baby crying. She slammed on the brakes, scanning the forest edge with her headlights. Her chest tightened. A baby? Out here? Rolling down her window, the sound grew louder, weak, desperate, coming from the trees. Against her better judgment, Sonia grabbed her flashlight and stepped out. The forest floor crunched under her shoes. The crying grew fainter as she moved forward, always just a little further ahead. She whispered, "Hello? Is anyone there?" But there was no answer, just that pitiful wail. After 10 minutes, she realized something terrifying. The crying wasn't random. It was circling her, moving around her in a slow, deliberate ring. Her heart hammered. She turned back toward her car. That's when her flashlight beam caught something on a tree trunk. Small handprints, dozens of them, child-sized, pressed into the bark, smeared with mud. They weren't old, they were fresh. Sonia sprinted back, branches whipping her face. She dove into her car, locked the doors, and started the engine. Relief washed over her until she glanced into the rearview mirror. The crying was still there, but now it was inside the car. From the back seat, she whipped around, flashlight shaking. The seat was empty, but the sound didn't stop. It rose and rose until her ears rang. And then, silence. The next morning, Sonia's car was found abandoned on the roadside, doors wide open, headlights still on, and inside, smeared across the backseat window from the inside, were dozens of muddy little handprints. Now, story number 3. Ravi was thrilled to find an affordable apartment in the city. It was small, yes, but cozy. The only problem was the upstairs neighbor. Every night at 2 a.m., Ravi would hear them pacing. Slow, heavy footsteps, sometimes dragging furniture, sometimes pounding like someone was running. After a week of sleepless nights, he complained to the landlord. The landlord's face went pale. "There is no tenant above you. That unit's been vacant for 3 years." Ravi thought he was lying. So that night, when the footsteps began, he marched upstairs. He knocked. The door creaked open. The apartment was empty. Dust coated the floor. Cobwebs draped the corners. No furniture. No rugs. Nothing. But still, the sound of footsteps echoed through the ceiling directly above his bed. Ravi's stomach churned. He backed out and slammed the door shut. But the noises continued. The next night, Ravi set up his phone to record. He lay awake, staring at the ceiling. At 2 a.m., the pounding started. He checked his phone. The video shoot violently, distorted with static. For a split second, a shadow appeared. Long arms, bent legs, crawling upside down across the ceiling. Ravi didn't last another night. He packed and left. But when the new tenant moved in, they called the landlord the next morning. They swore they heard someone pacing in the apartment above. The apartment that was still completely empty. 3 terrifying, true, scary stories. The gas station stranger. The crying baby in the woods. The footsteps in the empty apartment. Real people, real experiences. Proof that evil doesn't just exist in stories. It walks beside us every day. And if you're hearing footsteps right now, I hope you're not alone. As the final breath fades into silence, remember that terror often lurks just around the corner. If you survived this tale, subscribe for more horror, like if you were intrigued, and drop your comments below. And share this story with others. But beware, they may not sleep well tonight.